Seymour and Anima have a very specific problem in solo character runs, especially ones that don't allow spirit leveling. Seymour's first phase, to be fair, not that bad. If you're prepared, it's almost comfortable. Petrify grenades deal with the Quados instantly. No stone touch RNG, no stealing to break auto potion loops. One throw, they're gone. And now it's just you and Seymour. And with the right gear, his spells are manageable. This phase feels fair. But then Seymour drops below 3000 HP, and that's when he calls in his mother. And Anima has this move that instantly ends most solo runs. Pain. Pain inflicts death. And when you have only one character, death equals game over. There's no evasion, no death-proof armor available at this point in the game, no play better solution. In normal runs, you revive, you stabilize, you continue. Here, pain equals reset. And it gets worse. Anima's turn pattern is boost, pain, boost, pain, then eventually, of course, her overdrive oblivion. Boost is actually a filler move. It only makes her take 1.5 time multiplier on damage. Sounds exploitable, right? Except, here's the catch. With no spirit leveling, you're locked to base stats. Even Riku, the fastest character in the game at base, only gets 2 real attacking turns. You can technically get 3 turns by swapping gears, but that's not gonna damage her. Even with haste, you only get 2 turns to damage her. And Anima has 18,000 HP. Now how do you deal that damage in 2 turns? The answer seems brutal. You don't. There's no way. No combination of throwables, attacks, or even mixed overdrives that can do that kind of damage under the damage cap. So I did what this entire run is about. I started checking everything. So the first thing I did is the things I thought I can rule out. No trio of 999, items aren't obtainable yet for that mix. No hyper mighty chi, also unavailable. No death proof. Way too early to customize that. And I promised, no customization in this challenge. No way to get the agility higher, Spira grid is locked. And like I said, even with haste, I only get 2 turns to attack. I've done a Titus only run with leveling before. And yes, that extra strength and agility solves the Anima cleanly. But here, we need a different answer. At this point, Overdrives becomes non-negotiable. So I asked one question, what is the hardest hitting mix I can use right now? Sunburst, I believe, not to be available yet. Chaos Grenade, bingo. Chaos Grenade deals just over 7,000 damage normally. That's our second turn. So what about the first turn? I tested every throwable I had, lightning marbles, all the grenades that I had, but in my pack, nothing hits harder than a Poison Fang. Poison won't stick, Anima's immune to it, but the raw damage still applies. Poison Fang hits for about 3,000. So now we have Poison Fang around 3,000 damage plus a Chaos Grenade, which caps at 9,999. Still short, which means we're missing something. And here's where Riku's toolkit becomes the GOAT. Critical hits. Anima has 20 luck. Our highest base luck is 19 from walk-up. That means negative crit chance. 0 natural crits, but the mix overdrive doesn't care. Hero drink, guaranteed criticals. So I wanted to give something a serious attempt. In this challenge, I'm allowed to use all 7 party members' equipment and the base abilities, of course. And here's a little gray area. If I allow myself to use Titus's talk command, that gives me plus 10 strength. That alone takes UGs from Aaron's base strength, which was 20 up to 30. On top of that, I added the Buster Knuckles from earlier chapters for even more damage. So my plan was to mix for those guaranteed criticals and test out the normal attack, but the raw strength still wasn't enough. Even if I would have mixed another overdrive in for the 5 times cheer effect, it would not cut it. But here's where I come up with another discovery. Chaos Grenade can crit. Yes, there is couple mixes that can crit. Chaos Grenade being one of the few. Couple of the normal throwables can do this as well. Grenade, for example. This discovery was the breakthrough in this battle. But to make things work, we also need CTP manipulation. If you enter Anima space without having used a fast action beforehand, you only get 1 turn. So here's my setup. Haste UG, Petrify Quado, slow Seymour down, mix in the hero drink, charge another overdrive ready, poison Seymour, keep swapping gear for that fast action, let poison tick Seymour under 3000 HP, and enter Anima phase with momentum. And because Seymour does its spells in order, ice, lightning, water, and fire, I prep accordingly to that with my gear. So my attack in turn 1, Poison Fang, not even necessary as it turns out. The turn 2 is the obvious, mixing the Chaos Grenade. Now it's capped to a quad 9, but if I let it break that wall to make it explode to its full potential, it's going to be enough. And Anima goes down straight away. Third phase begins. Seymour alone. At this point, I'm immune. Poison him again, swap armors, tank spells in SOS with full null elemental coverage, of course with my beloved lightning-proof armor. And this is exactly why I farmed Extractor earlier. This is why every SOS null mattered. I needed that null frost for this battle. After a few clean turns, Seymour falls. Did I bend the rules? Yes, but here's the choice. Allow death proof early or allow damage cap break for one fight. And the damage cap removal felt like breaking the game the least. Just letting Chaos Grenade do what it's already capable of doing, and that is massive damage. After dozens of attempts, theory crafting, testing outside the temple, and checking every angle, we beat Seymour Anima. So that's how it's done. Or at least, how I thought it had to be done. But what if I told you that Anima can be defeated in one turn, this early? I completely overlooked one compartment of the game. Blitzball. Winning Blitzball League can reward you with the Dark Matter. And with Dark Matter, Sunburst becomes available. A mix that deals 19,998 fixed damage.
But why?
More than enough to raise Anima immediately. The problem? Blitzball was locked at this point in my save, so I had to pull an earlier file right before the crawler when Blitzball was still available. I reset the prize pool, entered the league, and hopefully secure myself a Dark Matter. Wait, keep us on the ball! Who's my goalie then? Oh, it's Bada with his one catch. Coming back with the Dark Matter, same setup, same fight. This time, Sunburst. Sunburst damage is well enough without needing to give extra break damage limit for this battle, letting me play this out completely legitimately. And here's a fun little detail. Even though Sunburst normally deals fixed damage, Anima under boost still takes 1.5 multiplier from it. She doesn't just die, she evaporates. And I wasn't even done here. I knew I had 2 turns, so what if I skipped Overdrive entirely? I went back to Blitzball again. This time I farmed 2 Dark Matters for me. The plan was simple. Throw one, then throw another. Except I never needed the second one. Dark Matter itself can break the damage limit. And with the boost's multiplier, a single throw was enough to one-shot Anima. So yes, this fight is beatable. No Spear Grid, no customization, no overdrives, just UG and a thrown Dark Matter. Final Fantasy X still surprises me. Only after hours of pushing forward did I realize Blitzball held the answer in this battle. Moving on, the footage here has me on 0 overdrive gauge, because I continued pushing forward after coming up with the Chaos Grenade crit plus cap removal on it. But I came back, not to change the future, but to prove this battle was doable. For now, we can still say no overdrives being used in this challenge. With all that deep diving, we can finally move on from Seymour and Anima. But what is our reward from this battle? 4 pieces of gear. I was praying for silence proof. I knew it was on the drop table, and thankfully, we got it. Against silence now, we're fully protected. With Seymour and Anima finally behind us, it was time for the Macalania Cloister. I decided to solve this one entirely from memory. At first, it went perfectly. Placed the spears, built the ice bridge above, opened the path forward, confidence was high. Then I went for the destruction spear reward, and that was a mistake. Reset the thing, grabbed the chest, and from there, everything went downhill. Platforms missing, spears in the wrong places. I messed up the puzzle, beyond repair. Tell me I'm not the only one who still needs a guide for these cloisters. I reset the entire thing, swallowed my pride, and eventually made it through. Outside the temple, Owaka's lines suddenly hit differently.
You've really done it now. Want to buy something just in case?
Which, yeah, we did just beat Seymour and upset every Quado in the region. There's also a great optional aura moment here. If you try to run back into the temple,
Hurry up!
you can try it again.
Where are you going?
And of course, Owaka casually greets Aaron on the way out, just raising his hand like, this is a normal afternoon. The escape itself was surprisingly clean. I only had to take 1 encounter against these Quado Guardians, and I wasn't about to get packed up by that. 1 Petrify Grenade later, we're clear. Now, it's just straight rundown to the next safe spear. First encounter here, 2 Evil Eyes and a Mafdet. Our vanguard weapon with first strike immediately shows its value, even though the enemies are faster here. I throw away bomb fragments at the evil eyes. Clean overkill, get them out of the way. Mavded answers back with the 700 damage patch. Heal up UG, power break Mavded, next attack whiffs. I still go for the steal on these guys, and yep, high potion again. Every single time. Ninja Claw comes in, Mavded goes down. Between the battles, I always made sure to put the Vanguard back on. This next trio looked rough, especially with the ambush, so I didn't mess around. Petrify Grenade. My goal here was simple. Get to the safe spear first, and then start playing with these encounters. Grab the chest. Save the game. And now we can experiment.
Go away!
Back into randoms. I needed one specific armor before moving on. I also tested steals from Evil Eyes. And again, high potion. They really went all in on the Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V design here. Next up, Snow Wolf, Mavded, and Ice Flan. Snow Wolf is a fast problem, but the Mavded is a hard-hitting problem. I switched to Ninja Claw and tried to delete Mavded early. No luck on the first attempt. Wolf comes in, lands silence. Mavded keeps missing, but Blizzara doesn't. I take a risk on the Snow Wolf. Crit. One shot. Sometimes you're just blessed. Back to Mavded. Death Touch lands. Fight's over. Shoutouts to Extractor for dropping that SOS Nullfrost. Because here, we're milking everything out of that armor. Stole some Arctic Winds from the Ice Plan, then I just ended it with death. What I really wanted though was Ice Proof, so I stayed a bit. Didn't take long, Ice Proof finally dropped. In this run, I'm trying to make sure to grab the full elemental proofs as soon as possible. Hey, it's Egox editing this. I did miss Waterproof on Macalania Woods and a Bezet. Alright, back to challenge. With that done, UG's ready. And up next, Mr. 18K himself. If it sticks, Wendigo never gets to play. What kind of status could that be, I wonder?